Hey, Coach Donay here. I know it is almost midnight, but I wanted to just kind of take a minute before I close down the day to talk to you about our topic for today. I was riding in the car and I heard something that was very profound enough to make me stop and repeat it over and over again so that I wouldn't forget it. I was flipping around through stations, and normally I don't listen to the radio in my car. Sometimes I do, but most of the time I'm listening to something educational. Like right now I have, sorry, not Wallace Waddles, but Napoleon Hill's 16 Laws of Success. Your Right to Be Rich. And I'm listening to this 6 through 10. I've been listening to him for a while so that I can get it in me. But I was riding around and there was a lot of traffic, and Napoleon was saying the same stuff that I had heard for a minute, and I was kind of like, oh, no talking, because I did a lot of talking over the last couple of days, so I was like not trying to hear talking. But I was listening to a talking advertisement, and the slogan that they used, of course, it was Goodwill, and they were talking about, all of the things that they're doing, and they're actually looking for managerial staff. And they talked about how the benefits would happen, what it would be in terms of helping people, the services that they do, the lives that they change, and all of this other stuff. But right in the middle of that sentence where it was all nice and sweet, they gave you a punch, just like, to make you jolt yourself into considering being an employee of theirs. And a lot of people, well, not a lot of people, but that it kind of got me, because I kind of looked at it and I was like, wow, what did they say? I wanted to rewind so I could hear it again. But the phrase was, lose your ego and find your purpose. And I was like, lose your ego and find your purpose. Lose your ego and find your purpose. So then I started asking myself questions, because I always question myself on something that strikes me, to see why it's striking me the way it's striking me. And I began to ask myself about all the places where my ego got in the way of my understanding, and all the things that I did not do or would not do to further my success and growth because of my ego. And when I started kind of trying to put it together, I realized that though I don't consider myself a very prideful and egotistical person, the fact that I am human also makes me have an ego and not feel like I should have to do this, and that. I don't have to suffer this, and that. I don't have to go through this, and that. And then I thought about how everything that's good that has happened to me in my life since I was born has come strictly from me allowing myself to stop being in the forefront. For me to literally look at God, look at my life and say, God, this is yours. You do whatever it is you want to do with it. I am a willing and obedient servant, and I am willing to do whatever you say. My first book, I wrote it in a week and a half, 2 weeks, tops. It was done, written, completely, because I didn't even think about it. I literally talked to God and he explained every chapter to me like a download. In the workbook as well. Just like boom, and it was done. And the chapters of the second book, same way. My understanding and my knowledge and my awareness, same way. But it's only when I allow my ego to get in the way of my success that my success doesn't happen. Because I want to do it my way. Don't you ever feel like because you are a leader in your stuff that you want to do it your way? Because your way is better. You know more. You know this, you know that. You know yourself, right? So, I think about that and I think, Lord, how many ways? And I talk to God. If you don't believe in God, I get it. Talk to whoever you feel like you need to talk to. The universe, or the source, or divine presence, or divine whatever, however you want to do it. I talk to God. So I had to ask him, where are the places? Peel back that layer for me and teach me that lesson so I don't have to keep learning that. Give me the ability to be humble and to learn from people that know more than me. Give me the ability to say yes to things that are a little uncomfortable because growth is on the other side of it. Lose your ego and find your purpose. It really meant to me that I don't know even everything about myself. But that the only way that I'm going to find all the stuff out about myself is if I allow myself to not know. And allow myself to seek outside of my own knowledge, more knowledge and understanding, so that I can learn how to put it in there and make it work for me. Or throw it out because it doesn't. And ask God for guidance. Literally, when I got my life map, I just was, that took me back to when I got my life map from God. When the conversation that I had, it was like a 3-day conversation where I just literally said, God, you know me, you made me, you know what you want me to be, and you made me this person here going to that person there. How about if you just show me and give me the grace to get from here where I am to where I'm supposed to be? And my life got downloaded in front of my eyes. Like literally for 3 days, I just got download of what my life was supposed to be. And I promise right now, I am living. Some stuff surprises me. How much of me he understood and knew that I thought I knew and I didn't know. But I had to lose my ego. I had to lose the understanding of who I thought I was, to really and truly find out who the heck I'm supposed to be. Because I always thought I was his wife, and I always thought, I was his mom, and I always thought these things about myself. I thought I was a dancer and a singer, and I thought, and all of those things are parts of me now, or parts of who I was at that time. Life ebbs and flows, but the truth of the matter is, I am exactly what he gave me that I am. And I live it so clearly now. Before, when I got it, I was so muddled in it. I didn't even understand it. But losing my ego, my understanding of myself and the world around me, and allowing something else to be greater than me, gave me the insight that I needed to have the life that I have now. 7 years ago, I didn't have this life. I hated my life. 7 years ago, was I happy 7 years ago? I was happy 7 years ago. But I wasn't happy 10 years ago. So, it really is a process. It really is an understanding of how best to allow yourself to be guided. To allow knowledge to come from places that you don't expect. To allow yourself to really and truly lose your ego. Lose your I know everything about myself because I am myself. I know how to do this because I'm doing me. But what if you're doing you and you're doing you wrong? You can't do you wrong. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. If you're not walking in your purpose, you can absolutely do you the wrong way. But lose your ego and find your purpose was so key for me, because it just made me stop and say, help me never to be so egotistical, so much into myself and what I know and what I do and what I become and what I am, that I forget that I am not my source, that I am not the one who orders my own steps, that I am not the one who wrote the life story that I live. but that I am just a person who has been given the opportunity to make the choices to get me where I'm supposed to go. And when I screw up, to really and truly admit that I screwed up and move past that. Don't sit in it. Because ego makes you say, you should have done this better, you should have done that better, you should have done this, you should have. And the truth of the matter is, you learned from it. So what's the big deal? You know? So I just want you guys to remember that if you lose your ego, you really can find your purpose. You can find yourself in the process of losing the things that you think you know about yourself. You can find your life, the life that you love, in letting go of dreams that have nothing to do with the life that you really think you want. Seriously, the idea that we are fully and 100% all the time connected to infinite intelligence just says that if you just stop using your own stinking brain, because you don't know everything, and connect to infinite intelligence, you could have everything you want, but you got to lose your ego to get it. You got to lose your ego enough to say, I don't know everything. And really and truly connect beyond yourself. Wisdom is there in people, in books, in seminars, in prayer, in connection, in meditation. We just never tap into it because we're so into ourselves that we don't even see. So today, I really want you guys to focus on allowing yourself to learn yourselves again so that you can find the purpose of who you really are. Lose your ego. Find your purpose. Bye. Oh, sorry. Life in 4G is living in God, living a life of giving, living a life of gratitude, and living unapologetically in your greatness. And if you like this video, please like it, share it. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. If it helped you, share it to someone else and all that other stuff. Night, peeps.